Hello, we're going to get started today and we're going to talk about the business feasibility and compensation plan. We're going to explain exactly what business feasibility means. Can you imagine that you could have a career that becomes a community where wellness is a way of life, where doing what you love leads naturally to opportunity for success? Well, being a Young Living member goes beyond simply building rewarding business. However, you'll also enjoy extensive networking opportunities, exclusive hand-on experience, and a strong sense of community. You know, one of the richest guys in the world and the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad says, the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. And I guess it's a time for all of us to decide, what do we want to do? Are we content in our jobs? Are we happy going to work every day? Are we happy with the amount of money that we make? Warren Buffett says one of the best investments I've ever made is network marketing. He now owns part of 3 different network marketing companies, and he is sold on the whole concept of network marketing. And that's a big hit right there when Warren Buffett feels that this is something that all of us should be doing. And then our leader right now, Donald Trump, on David Letterman a few years ago, he was asked the question, what would you do if you lost everything and had to start from scratch? And Donald, without hesitation, said, I would find a good network marketing company and get to work. The audience started shouting and booing, and Donald said, that's why I'm sitting up here and you're all sitting out there. So that's another big endorsement for network marketing. And there's a lot of reasons for this. There's a ton of reasons that network marketing is the business opportunity for people today. The column on the left there are 5% of the wealth. And the people that are in that category are employees and they have a job, and the self-employed that own a job. And you know, everybody thinks if you're self-employed that you're going to be wealthy, you own your own company, you set your own hours. Well, let me tell you, me and Judi have worked for ourselves most of our lives, and we've owned a good-sized company for the last 25 years. And when I say that we owned a good-sized company, what we really owned was a big paying job. We worked 70, 80 hours every week. Anytime something came up that needed to be done, we were the ones that had to do it. We could never get that company past the point of us just having a job. And it was because we didn't build good enough systems. We didn't have a duplicatable system. Even though we tried hard and we did duplicate a lot of the things that we did, it was just beyond us. And then on the right-hand side of the column is where 95% of the wealth is. And they're people that own businesses that have a system that can get out of going to work every day. And they're investors who own their own investments. And what's funny is where the 5% of the wealth is 95% of the population. And where the 95% of the wealth is 5% of the population. So I guess we need to decide where we want to be. Do we want to be in the 95% or do we want to be in the 5%? Personally, I'd like to be in the 5%, or at least as close to it as I can get. So the reason that we chose multi-level marketing to do kind of in our retirement years as we started getting a little bit older in life. And as a matter of fact, we had actually looked at network marketing once before when we were a lot younger. And Judi's parents were involved in Amway, and me and Judi were involved with it for a number of years. We learned a lot of things. We learned a lot of motivational and staying positive things. But we just could never make the business go for us. I guess that we just weren't ready for it. But some of the stuff that we did learn is when you're in multi-level marketing, there's no inventory. There's a real low operating cost because you have no brick and mortar. You can leverage your time. You can leverage the people that you work with. And you can make this a win-win situation for everybody to have the opportunity to make some money. And there's portability, which is what we love. We can travel anywhere in the world right now. And as long as we have a phone, a laptop, internet connection, we can run our multi-level business. And that wasn't available 15 years ago when we were starting out. We had to be in front of people all the time. We had to be on the phone. We had to be delivering orders. Now all of that's gone. And one of the reasons that we joined Pajama Bosses and bought into their systems and made this available to our people is because that allows us to even get more freedom of time. It allows us to duplicate what we do and what other people in Pajama Bosses does more efficiently, and makes the business better for everyone. So it can allow all of us freedom. And there's nothing more important than freedom of time and having the money to enjoy it. You know, if you have freedom of time and you're broke, it's not so enjoyable. But when you have some money to enjoy the time, there's a lot of great things you can do with it. I mean, you can have fun personally, you can travel, you can do a lot of great things, but you can also help other people. And can you see yourself being able to go up to people and giving them an opportunity in life? I know there's still a lot of people that I know out here that I'd like to give this opportunity to and wish that they would take advantage of it. And that's just the way it is. I mean, some people won't take advantage of it, even though we wish it on them, but the ones that do can really attain some freedom. There's a very small amount of risk. There's a low entry fee when you get involved with multi-level marketing. In Young Living, you buy a kit for $160 something plus shipping and tax. But the value of the kit's like $450. So you basically have no risk. The products in there will way exceed the amount of money that you spent on them in improving your health, giving you an opportunity to start a business, and just teaching you about essential oils. And out there today, there's a huge demand for good quality products, and people don't necessarily want to go to the store and don't trust everything that they see in the stores, and they shouldn't. I mean, you have to be careful about what you consume. And one of the things we really like it is a residual income. This will give us opportunity to build this business and pass it on to our children and grandchildren and make their lives better. And that's a fantastic situation to be in. Can you see yourself being able to pass down something like that to your kids? What about in the current job you're in? Can you pass that income down? You know, if you get laid off or fired or you even retire, can you say, hey, I just want my paycheck to go to my kids the rest of their lives? You know, it just isn't going to happen, obviously. There's no cap on the income. You can make your business just as big as you want it to be. And when you feel like taking a break, you can take a break. There's nobody that's going to be calling you up and saying, hey, you got to get to work. You got to get to work. But on the other hand, if you want to keep growing, you can keep growing. But let me say one thing right now, and that is that over 90% of the people that get involved in Young Living never get involved for the paycheck. They're not interested in buying a business. They love the products. They want to use the products. Some of them, or most of them, wind up sponsoring some of their friends and family who see them doing well with the products, see their health improve, maybe see their attitude improve, and want to copy what has happened to them. And that's great because you can make residual income off of that, and it can help pay for your products. I mean, what if you made an extra $100, $200 a month? Would that impact your life? You know, would that be something that you could use? If nothing else, you could buy some good quality oils and supplements to make your health better. The other thing that we really love, and we've had employees for over 30 years now, is there are no employees to hire. And we love a lot of our employees. We're still friends with them. We work with them. We do things with them. But I would rather be friends with them and work with them than be their boss. So your own boss, you get out of this what you're willing to put into it. There's also some tax benefits of owning a multi-level business. And I'm going to reduce my picture here to make sure that we could see everything on the screen at this point in time. And I will be back to talk to you later. Well, I'll be talking to you. I'll be back to see you later. And, you know, I'm proud to be paying taxes in the United States. I'm an American and I pay a lot of taxes. But the only thing is that, and according to Arthur Godfrey, he would be just as happy paying half the taxes and just as proud. And that's the way I feel. I pay sales tax, I pay business taxes, I pay property taxes, I pay income taxes. And, at some point in time, enough is enough. I'm all for the flat tax or some version of it, but that's not going to happen in my lifetime, it doesn't look like. But by owning businesses, and me and Judi own 3 or 4 different businesses, we can use legal deductions to reduce our tax liability. And some of the potentials of owning a multi-level business. And here again, I'm going to say that if you are in this, if you are getting involved in Young Living to use the products, I encourage you to continue to watch this video and learn what's going on with it. It doesn't mean you have to do everything in it, but at least watch it and be aware. If you're buying products and you sign somebody up and you get a check this year for $300 or $400 or $200 a month, you don't have to go through claiming all this stuff. The IRS will look at it as a hobby business. You'll just have to take the income and as taxable income, and your regular deductions should cover it. If you're using a tax person, they can help you with that. But if you're looking at building a business, there's some things you need to do. And you need to do these things to not make this a hobby business, but to make it a business. And when you do, then you can take things off like telephones, cell phones, business office expenses, home expenses, automobile expenses, meals and entertainment, computers, family health insurance, business insurance, and taxes. And with a company like Young Living, where you have to have the products, you have to be knowledgeable about them, and you have to use them, have them around to share with people, give out samples, there's a whole lot of your inventory that you can write off. And all of these things are pretty standard, but unless you are very good with taxes, we recommend that you seek advice. If you want to learn some more on the internet, just contact me and I can give you some links where you can go and watch videos and things and some information that might help you. But as I'm saying this, I'm no tax expert. So these are things that I learned off the internet, and I've learned from CPAs, accountants, and different people that I listen to. One of the things that me and Judi like is traveling. We love to travel. We have a motorhome. We get into it as often as possible. And the beauty of having multi-level businesses, everywhere we can go in the United States, if we follow certain rules and regulations and we document what we're doing, we can write it off as a business expense. So how would you like to travel? Get in a motorhome, leave your area, travel across the United States, see people, see all types of things you've wanted to see, maybe up in South Dakota, maybe the Grand Canyon, maybe down in Texas, the Gulf Coast, even big cities. We've parked in big cities, and a lot of the car rental lots have places to park motorhomes now in downtown New York and Pennsylvania and places like that. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is a state, obviously. So we can go and do all these great things and write them off our taxes. And, that's a big benefit for us and a big reason that we like multi-level marketing. So there's a lot of things that people have done. And here's 4 different people right here who are giving their testimony about why they love Young Living. Everywhere from a missionary family. And by the way, when me and Judi were up in Idaho this last year at the winter harvest, half the people there were involved in missionary work. And they do a great job. And that's something that me and Judi are looking forward to doing more of in the future. And some of these people were going to some very impoverished areas of the country, or the world actually, in the Philippines and Pakistan. And they were ministering to people where there were in Muslim neighborhoods and bringing Christianity to them. And, I admire them going out there and giving their beliefs to other people. There's someone here who quit their job so they could be a stay-at-home mom, someone that uses their extra income for piano lessons, and just someone for the peace of mind that it allowed them to have that extra income coming in. One of the things that Warren Buffett said is that never depend upon your income always have something else to generate income besides your basic job, I guess is what he said. I didn't do a very good job quoting him, but you get the idea. And with the times the way they have been, we can all see that jobs aren't necessarily dependable. And I don't know if we can depend upon the federal government to keep bailing us out when things like the coronaviruses happen. I know that me and Judi are way past the limit where everyone else have gotten their bailout checks, and we haven't received a thing. And our business that we still own filed for some of the loans, payroll loans to cover payroll. We kept our people employed that we still have employed, and we'll never get any of that money. But yet some of the bigger companies that they say are small businesses, got 20 and $30 million. So, you just can't depend upon stuff like that. You have to have a second source of income. Why we chose Young Living. With Young Living, we had a dedicated support from Young Living and from our upline team. We had people that were willing to help us, give us guidance, push us in the right direction. And now that we've gotten involved more, we've learned that there's a lot of people that we've met at different events who aren't in our upline team, who make no money off of what we do, and they still help us. In fact, the gentleman that helped us get out, gentleman and wife that helped us get out to Idaho, they don't make a penny off of me and Judi, but they thought enough of us and thought enough of our participation in Young Living to help us get out to Idaho. Young Living has a comprehensive compensation plan that's very fair and really takes care of you. When you're first getting started, if you sign somebody up and they want to get started along with you, you get $50. Can you see yourself getting $50 for every one of your friends and family that sign up? What would you do with that money? I mean, that can make a difference. That can pay an electric bill, a car payment. It can just help things out. And when you get involved with something like this, you can take control of your future by building a rewarding business. And, even if you don't want to put in the work to make $30,000, $40,000 a year or $100,000 a year, if you put in the work to make $5,000 a year and you're happy with that, what difference will $5,000 make in your life? It can be significant. And you have the entire Young Living family by your side to encourage you every step of the way. And that's what I was talking about. From the events that we went to, we've met people that are more than willing to help us, that give us advice anytime we ask them. So Young Living has a great income potential, but you need to have numbers to plan your business development. And building your business in an honest and transparent way is important to all of us. So that's why we're providing you with the 2018 United States Income Disclosure Statement. You'll see a link below, youngliving.com/IDS. If you go to that, you can download one of these statements and view it on your computer or print it. I'm going to have one for you here in a minute, but it might be difficult to read. You're welcome to pause this video and take a look at it if you'd like. So in these PDFs, you'll find carefully researched information compiled by Young Living that ranks the incomes earned by the United States members during 2018. Remember, all Young Living members are required to provide a copy of the statement when talking about earning potential for Young Living members. So again, there's the link. Download it, take a look at it, and we'll show it here in just a second. So there's some other things that are great about Young Living. We have an essential reward program. And what that means is if you have a standing order and you can change it every month and it's at least $50, you receive some benefits. And those benefits are that you get discounted shipping. They will bring those products right to your door with the discounted shipping. And then you earn product credits to use on future purchases. I believe that the product's credits start out, when you get started, is 10% of everything you order goes into a credit. And as time goes on, it goes up to 25%. Well, I can tell you that me and Judi each own a Young Living business, and that we have had between our two businesses easily, $300 or $400 that we could spend on oils or supplements or whatever we decided that we normally wouldn't have in our budget. and get them in and try them, make them available to our team to try. And it's a lot of fun. And then every 3 months for the first year, you get a loyalty oil. So here's the income disclosure. And like I said, it's kind of tough to read unless you have a really big screen or better eyes than I do, but feel free to download it. The colored blanks on the left are the different ranks in Young Living. The top one, distributors when you first get started, and Royal Crown Diamond on the bottom is the highest rank you can achieve right now. And then it shows you here the percentage of all distributors that have ever reached these ranks or have stayed in them. So 88.8% of all distributors remain at the distributor level. And they're people buying products. Maybe they've sponsored their cousin or a good friend. But most of the time when you sponsor a few people, you go up to the next rank of star. The Royal Crown Diamond are people that have really gotten involved in Young Living and made it their life work. There's there's some different books like, I forget the exact name of it right now, but 4-year career, about what exactly you need to do for the next 4 years to achieve some of these higher ranks. And if you're interested, talk to the person that gave you this link, and they will help you find those books, and we will help mentor you to help those things happen. But over about 4 columns over is the average income for each rank. And so for our distributor, it is $4 a year. And for Royal Crown Diamond, it's $1,538,500. Well, $1.5 million. Let's just put it that way. There was too many numbers for me to comprehend today. And those are the averages. Me and Judi have moved up through the ranks. I'll tell you, when we were star, we were making a lot more than $261 a month. We were making more towards the highest end. And when we were senior star, the same way, we were making way more than $1,500 a year. We were making more towards the higher end. But these are the averages and the highest and the lowest that people make at these different ranks. So it takes a little bit of effort to really start making some money. But when you get up around the gold range and you're making $47,000 a year, that's job replacement money for most people in the United States today. You know, that's when you can walk away from your work and do this full time and really get going in it. And, you know, what would $47,000 a year mean to you and your family? You and your husband, or you and your wife, either way, could push a little harder and get up to the next rank and be making $117,000 a year. Are you going to keep your job at that point in time? You know, what can you help your kids do? What can you help your church do? Just use your imagination. It's a lot of fun to use your imagination when it comes to these monies. But on the other hand, remember that at that rate of platinum, when you're making $117,000, less than 1% of the people that join Young Living get there. But personally, I'm one of those 1%. And you can be too. It's all a matter of your mindset and what you want out of life. And then here's just the way that Young Living's built and how they call the first level is creating a foundation where you're learning about the business, where you're talking to your friends and family. And then the middle level is you're building your business, you're helping the people under you build their business, you're building a good solid foundation to grow your business on for years. And then when you get to the top ranks, you're leaders in Young Living. You're helping other people, you're also helping the corporation. That's another thing we really like about Young Living is Young Living listens to their leaders and listens to their people. And they take our advice and they try to make things better. And it's a lot of fun to be involved in a company that cares about what you're doing. So, you know, get rewarded for the things that you do, the purchases customers make, and create that foundation and build your business. And let's all go on to become leaders and really do something great out of our lives. Again, whenever we talk about income and Young Living, we have to make these documents available, and there is the link, so go get it. Here's me and Judi up in Idaho, and we really had a great time there. Some good friends of ours that we've met at different events. Let us go up there with them. Only about 300 people a year get to go to the winter harvest, and we were part of that 300 in 2020. And there was no reason except for friendship and that they wanted to see us succeed that they took us up there. And that's the kind of people that you're working with in Young Living. And you know what? We wish you the best. And we hope that you decide to join us on our next adventure. We hope that you decide to join us in Young Living. And we can't wait to meet you. We can't wait to be with you. And let's hope that we all get to have big events where we can see each other. Love you. God bless. And we will talk to you soon.